All right, you guys, if you watched part one that introduces how to find the 6 trig functions, I've already covered that. Now I'm going to go straight to your homework and teach you how to do the front side. So you are supposed to do the odds. So I'm using problem number 4 on your homework as my example. So straight off the homework, problem number 4, it gives you a right triangle. It gives you 2 of the sides of the triangle, and it says, find me the cotangent of theta. Well, from my 6 trig functions, I know the cotangent of theta is the ratio of the adjacent over the opposite. So if I can find those 2 numbers, I have my answer. So let's go through and let's label our triangle. Remember, straight across from the right angle is always the hypotenuse. So this is my hypotenuse. Straight across from theta, you got to find theta. Here he is. Straight across, that is the opposite side. The third remaining side, the one that is adjacent or next to theta, but not the hypotenuse, is the adjacent. I have my 3 sides labeled. Now all I have to do is fill it in. Okay, the adjacent is what? 16. The opposite is what? Oh, they didn't give it to me. We're going to have to do some work. So here we go. If I know 2 sides of a right triangle and I'm trying to find the third side, you know how to do that. Remember Pythagorean theorem? That's what we're using. So I come over here and I do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Don't forget that the c in the Pythagorean theorem right here has to be the hypotenuse. All right, so that means 16 square root 2 is going to go here, and I'm squaring that whole side, not just the 16, but you got to square both things. And then A and B, it doesn't matter. They're interchangeable. Just do one for 16 and leave the other one. All right, you might need a calculator. Here we go. 16 squared is 256 plus B squared. Now, how do I square this? You're going to square the 16. You're going to square the square root 2, or you can type in your calculator as long as you use parentheses. And when I do it, I should get 512. Now, how do I solve this? Subtract 256 to both sides. And now I have b squared equals, what is 512 minus 256? Oh, happens to be 256. And then what do? I take the square root of that. Now, right here, most of you are not going to have a calculator to simplify this, so we have to go old school. We have to find pairs. Here we go, 256. I need a calculator to help me. It is 2 times 128. 128 is 2 times 64. Oh, I know 64 is 8, 8, which is 4 and 2, 4 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 2. And when I look for pairs, I'm going to have a pair of 2s, a pair of 2s, a pair of 2s, and a pair of 2s. Now, real quick, 256 is a perfect square. So had you typed in to your calculator the square root of 256, you do get 16. But if you didn't know that, you're going to have to go old school and factor it out. All right, so that means this side right here, or my answer, my B, is 16. That is side B. Oh, can you see it? Let me bring my camera down a little bit. So B is 16. So this side right here is 16. Oh, it ended up being the same measure. Will that happen every time? No, it's a special case. But the opposite is 16. We reduce that all the way. 16 over 16 is just equal to 1. So my answer, the cotangent of theta, is equal to just 1. That would be the answer for problem number 4. That's how you're going to do this top section. You're going to have to use Pythagorean theorem, find the third side, and set up your ratio based off of these over here. Okay, let's skip down and let's do example number 8. How do I do the lower section? Okay, problem number 8 says, find cosine theta if cosecant theta equals 17/8. Okay, you got to draw yourself a right triangle. Doesn't have to be fancy. I don't care. Just draw yourself a right triangle. We know based over here, cosecant is the ratio of the hypotenuse over the opposite. So that tells me the hypotenuse straight across from the right angle is 17. It tells me the opposite is 8. Well, where's the opposite? It depends on theta. Where's theta? You got to put it in. So let's put in a theta. Can I put it up here or up here? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just pick an angle and label it theta. So that means the opposite straight across theta, my measure is